One of the most important points in the philosophy of Aristotle and Thomas Aquinas is that reality is made to be known, and the human mind is made to know reality. Things are made to be known because they have forms or essences, and their forms or essences are what we know when we know things. And the mind is capable of knowing them because we experience things for what they are, and receive their forms through experience, and become those very forms in thought. This may sound like a mysterious thing, but if you have ever been absorbed in reading a novel, you know how the reader becomes the book. So too, as Aristotle says, the mind, in a way, becomes all things. How does that work? All human beings, as such, have an experience of the world around them, and all our knowledge of the world begins from experience. Every human being has an original contact with things through sensation, and sensations become memories, and memories become a collected experience of reality. And the collected experience of reality is potentially intelligible. Experience is like a treasure chest of meaning and truth. The human mind is able to reach into that treasure chest and bring to light the intelligibility and truth of our experience. And the mind does so through three acts. The first act of the mind is called apprehension. And this is simply the act of getting what something is. For example, what is a dog? What is a cat? What is gold or what is silver? Our apprehension is not yet a judgment about things, but a simple reception of their forms. And the mind becomes those forms in thought. Through this reception and being of the forms of things, we more or less get what they are. When we ask another person, "Do you get what I mean?" we're asking whether they apprehend something. A second act of the mind consists of making a judgment, whether something is or is not so. In the act of judgment, we affirm or deny things like human beings are animals, or gold is a metal, or water is not a metal. We gradually acquire a variety of judgments, and this leads to a third act of the mind by which we reason from a set of judgments to a conclusion. For example, all human beings are mortal. Socrates is a man, therefore Socrates is mortal. All three of these acts of the mind are involved in the process of dialectic. And by passing through the dialectical process, we grow in understanding of things. And this understanding is the perfection of apprehension. So what does it mean to say that the reader becomes the book? How does that happen? We start with our experience of the world, which is like a treasure chest of meaning and truth. The forms of all things are contained in that experience. The mind brings those forms to light from out of our experience. And when we receive those forms, we enter in to the meaning and the truth of reality itself. And when we become deeply engrossed in the meaning and truth of reality, we're like the reader who becomes the book. For readings, podcasts, and more videos like this, go to Aquinas101.com. While you're there, be sure to sign up for one of our free video courses on Aquinas. And don't forget to like and share with your friends, because it matters what you think.